Hey coin collectors, it's DC with another joint video between the Big D coin channel and Big D's Canadian. And this, of course, is the Canadian 1 cent coin. On the left, we have the 1936 version. On the right, we have the 1937 version. And there's a story behind it. And there is a 1936 version that may be worth as much as $400,000. In fact, in 2010, one sold for over $400,000. One of these coins here, except it's a little bit different, and I'll tell you what the differences are and how to kind of figure it out. So this is George V, and you see it says it's in Latin, Georgius V, George V, Dea Gra, by the grace of God, Rex et Imp, King and Emperor of India, or Imperator of India. And this is Queen Elizabeth's grandfather right here with the flowing mustache, wearing the crown that I believe Queen Elizabeth actually has a portrait with one of these crowns on it, or a similar one to this on it. He's facing to the left, and you see that there's two dots between Ind and Imp, and then two dots after Imp. Two dots after Gra. So this is kind of a stylized coin in kind of an old style. George the Fifth, who is Queen Elizabeth's grandfather, actually came to the throne in 1920, I believe, but this coin was made from 1920 to 1936, and this is a 36 part. You see on the back what it says, Canada 1 cent. And there's a maple leaf here and a maple leaf here. The front of this coin was engraved by Edgar Bertram McKenna. The back of the coin was engraved by Fred Lewis and William Henry James Blakemore. And we don't, as far as I know, have any initials we can show you on there, but we can show you pretty far into the coin here. So it says Canada, then there's this dash, dot, dash, 1 cent. These are just ornamental, dash, dot, dash, 1 cent. And then the maple leaf on each side, and then the 1936 down here. Now, there is a coin called the 1936 dot cent. And that's the one that we're looking for that's very, very valuable. There's a couple of examples of it. And it's not these dots here. It's a dot that would go right underneath the 1936, and there is not one there. But if there was a dot right underneath there, that's where the value would come in. Why would they put a dot under there on a 1936 coin? Because they wanted to use it in 1937. And why did they want to use it in 1937? Because George V had died. And when the King of England, or the King of the United Kingdom, dies, Canada is forced to change the front of its coins also. And so when they went to change the coins, of course they were all set. They knew who was going to come to the throne, and that was going to be Edward VIII, King George V's oldest son. But what happened in reality was Edward VIII decided not to take the throne. He abdicated the throne in late 1936, and so they had some coins that were going to have Edward VIII on them. Can't put him on the coin anymore. So they took the 1936 coin, some of them, and put a dot on it. And then in 1937, they got these ones out really quickly. And you can see this is George VI. And of course, George V's second oldest son, Queen Elizabeth's father. George VI, DG, Rex et Ind Imp. So again, this is the same kind of Latin outside. George VI, by the grace of God, King and Imperator of India, or Emperor of India. And then way down here at the bottom, you see there's an HP there. The HP is there for Thomas Humphrey Paget. And Thomas Humphrey Paget was the engraver of the of this coin, the front of the coin. And then on the back, well, let me show you another one that Thomas Humphrey Paget engraved, and it's kind of a fun one. It's this one. It's the halfpenny. Sir Francis Drake's ship on the halfpenny. So Thomas Humphrey Paget was brought in. They got him in quick. They had him do the 1937, and he did the front. And guess who did the back? The maple leaf made its first. This maple leaf made its first appearance. 1 cent at the top, 1937 here, KG here, Canada here. And do you know who the KG is? Well, he's also the one that did this coin right here. There's the K and the G for the Australian large penny, the famous large penny on Queen Elizabeth. So the 1937 did come out, and not incredibly valuable. Neither one of them really is. This coin is probably worth 50 or more cents. In an uncirculated coin, this would be worth $10. But it isn't until you get into the late 30s and early 40s, when Canada entered World War II, that you start getting real valuable Canada 1 cents. What about the 1936 without the dot? What's that worth? Well, the 1936 without the dot is, they made 8.8 million of them. So if you can get it uncirculated, it's worth $33. But in this condition right here, extra fine would be worth $1.50 to $2. And this probably, it's dirty, but it may be less than extra fine even. So may not be worth even $2. All right, well, that's all we have today from Big D and Big D's Canadian.